Hello friends, I am MD Harun Al Rashid and it's my YouTube channel Harun Biozone. Today in this video I will discuss near about 50 important biological MCQ questions for different competitive exams like NEET, wbssc, csir, neet, CET and another entrance exams of biology. So don't be late, let's start. The question number 1 says LSD. Question number 1 says LSD is obtained from Rauwolfia serpentina, Cannabis sativus, cinchona and claviceps. The correct option of this question is option number A. Claviceps purpurea. Claviceps purpurea. Claviceps purpurea is a one-type fungus that cause ergot of rye. Ergot of rye. And LSD is a psychedelic drug. LSD is a psychedelic drug that affect the brain chemical serotonin. This serotonin is regulate human mood, behavior, emotion, etc. Then another option represents like cinchona bark is used to produce quinine. Quinine is the medicine of malaria. Rauwolfia serpentina, root of Rauwolfia serpentina used to produce reserpine. Reserpine is a hypertensive drug used against high blood pressure, hypertensive drug. And cannabis sativus from cannabis sativus. From this plant produce marijuana, hashish. The cannabis plant, dried flower, marijuana from dried flowers, hashish from plant resin, hashish produced from the resin of the cannabis sativus, marijuana from flower and leaves. And cannabis oil also are produced from cannabis sativus. Cannabis sativus contain two types of chemicals like tetrahydrocannabinol, THC and cannabidiol, CBD. This drug used as hallucinogen. So LSD is obtained from Claviceps purpurea. This fungus produces ergot of rye. It's a psychedelic drug that affects the brain chemical neurotransmitter serotonin and it change our behavior. Another option like cinchona, bark used to produce quinine, anti-malarial drug. Rauwolfia serpentina root is used to produce reserpine, that is hypertensive. Cannabis sativus is also called canna plant. This produces different type of hallucinator drugs like marijuana, hashish, cannabis oil, etc. These cannabis sativus contain different type of biochemical compound like tetrahydrocannabinol and cannabidiol, CBD. Next question number 2. Vestigial organ in human being. What is vestigial organ? Vestigial organ, the organ used by animals before, but now this is by not use, it become inactive or less active. Like here, incisor, molar, premolar, and canines. These are 4 different type of teeth of human beings. So here the vestigial organ is molar, the gum teeth. Molar is a vestigial organ. Next question, which of the following is the most evident source of evolution? Here the most evident source of evolution is fossils. Okay. Embryology also is the efficient evidence of evolution. Next question, the golden age of reptiles. The golden age of reptiles is Mesozoic, Cenozoic, Paleozoic, Cosmozoic era. So the golden age of reptiles is golden age is Mesozoic era. Mesozoic era also divide into 3 different types, 3 different epochs, that is Cretaceous, Jurassic, and Triassic. Large dinosaurs are appear in this era. Paleozoic era, here like age of Devonian, age of fish, coal age, etc. And Cenozoic era is the modern era. Modern mammals or human beings are present in this era. And Cosmozoic is not a era. Cosmozoic is not a era. It is a concept or panspermia. Panspermia represent the earth living organism originate from different source like different planet or meteorites. Question number 5 says the earliest fossils formed in the phylogeny of horse is. The earliest fossils formed. So the evolutionary sequence of horse is Eohippus, Mesohippus, Neohippus, Mesohippus, Pleohippus, and Equus. This is the modern horse. And the earliest horse is Eohippus, that is also called dawn horse. What type of difference occur in such step of evolution of horse? The horse height is 4 to 10 to 5 to 14 inch. But now the horse size is 130 to 150 centimeter. Okay. The correct option is Eohippus is the earliest form of horse. Next question, gonadotropins are secreted from. Gonadotropins means gonadotropin means the hormone like LH and FSH. LH and FSH hormone that is secreted from anterior pituitary. This hormone help to development of reproductive organs, and ovulation and oogenesis process. Next question, question number 7. Insulin secreted from beta cell of pancreas. Pancreas has islets of Langerhans. In islets of Langerhans, there are different type of cells are present. Like first one is acinar cell. Acinar cell produce digestive enzyme like amylase, lipase, protease, etc. Then alpha cell produce glucagon. This hormone help to rise the blood glucose level. Beta cell, this hormone reduce the blood glucose level by secret of insulin. Then delta cell produce somatostatin that regulate the secretion of others hormone. And the another cell is PP cell, pancreatic polypeptide cell. Pancreatic polypeptide cell. Next question, book lungs are the respiratory organs of different insects like insects of arachnida. Arachnida prey like spider, scorpion, etc. Okay. Another option is mollusca. Respiratory organ of mollusca. The aquatic mollusca contain gills. Terrestrial mollusca respiratory organ. Mammals, that is lungs. And earthworm is subcutaneous skin. Or they do their respiration by skin. Question number 9 says micturition reflex. Micturition reflex means the urination. Urination is called micturition reflex. This urination process or micturition reflex is regulated by sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous systems like pudendal nerve or somatic nerve that produce from cervical 2, cervical 3 and cervical 4 of vertebra that regulate the outer or external sphincter and internal sphincter. Also detrusor muscle. When the bladder is filled with urine, the detrusor muscle accept the baroreceptor of detrusor muscle accept and contract. And also the sympathetic nervous system like lumbar 1 and lumbar 2 regulate, and the brain autonomic nervous system center like pons. Question number 10 says fat is converted into fatty acid and glycerol by amylase, lipase, ptyalin and trypsin. Fat converting enzyme is lipase. Lipase convert fat into fatty acid and glycerol. Amylase convert sugar, complex sugar into simple sugar. Ptyalin convert the peptide or protein into dipeptide. And ptyalin convert the boiling starch into maltose. And trypsin convert proteins into dipeptide. Next question. Says which of the following is a motor nerve? The motor nerve is optic, abducens, auditory and trigeminal nerve. There are optic is a sensory nerve, sensory nerve. Auditory, also a sensory nerve. Abducens is motor nerve, and trigeminal nerve is trigeminal sensory nerve. So here the correct option of this question is abducens. This is the list of the nerve: cranial nerve, olfactory, that control smell, is sensory nerve. Optic, also sensory, control vision. Oculomotor, motor nerve, that most eye movement. Trochlear is a motor nerve, moves eye to look at nose. Trigeminal, both motor and sensory nerve, the free sensation or mastication. Abducens is a motor nerve that abducts the eye. Facial, both facial expression, taste. Vestibulocochlear, sensory nerve, hearing and balance. Glossopharyngeal, both mixed nerve, sensory and motor both, taste and gag reflex. Vagus is both nerve, gag reflex, parasympathetic innervation. Accessory motor nerve, that is shoulder surge, and hypoglossal is a motor nerve, swallowing speech. This is a very important topic from where we find MCQ questions are coming in different exams. Next question, question number 12. The immediate cause of induction of ovulation in human females is a large plasma surge. Large plasma ovulation occur by luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone is called ovulatory hormone. In that time, the concentration of FSH decrease and LH concentration increase. LH concentration increase. Question number 13 says that in the 28th day of human ovarian cycles, the ovulation takes place typically in 14 days. It is average 14 days, but between 13 to 15 days of ovulation. Question number 14 says lungs are enclosed by pleural membrane. Okay. Pericardium is the covering of heart, pericardium, myocardium, endocardium. Perichondrium is covering of cartilage tissue, and peritoneum is the covering of internal cavity. Peritoneum is the covering of membrane lining of abdominal cavity. Membrane lining of abdominal cavity. Abdominal cavity is peritoneum. Abdominal cavity. Next question says the enzyme restriction endonuclease cuts an RNA strand, cuts double strand of DNA, join the strand of DNA, cuts single strand of DNA. The cut the double strand of DNA at a specific site. That is called palindromic sequence. Palindromic sequence. Palindromic sequence means if we read a strand from 5' to 3' direction is A, G, C, T, C. Then again, when we read 5' to 3' direction also G, A, G, A, T. Palindromic sequence means when we read a strand from 5' to 3' direction in both ways, they are same. That is called palindromic sequence. Join the strand of DNA by molecular glue, that is ligase. Cut single strand of DNA and unwind the DNA. Unwinding the DNA by topoisomerase 1 or gyrase. Topoisomerase 1. Question number 16 says, which of the following is a test cross? What is test cross? Suppose capital T, tall plant, cross with small tall plant. Then in F1 generation produce hybrid heterozygous T2 plant. So F1 plant when crossed with the recessive parent, this is called test cross. Why test cross important? Because test cross is used to determine the homozygosity or heterozygosity of the F1 hybrid. Question number 17 says chromosome complement with 2n-1 is called monosomy. 2n-1 is monosomy or chromosome number reduced by 1, that is 45. Nullisomy means when chromosome number is decreased by 2 set, that is nullisomy. Trisomy when chromosome number increased by 1, that is trisomy, that means 47. Tetrasomy when chromosome number increased by 2, that is called tetrasomy. Question number 18 says Lamarck's theory of evolution is also called survival of the fittest, theory of special creation, inheritance of acquired characters, all of the above. Inheritance of acquired character is the theory of Lamarck's. Okay, theory of survival of the fittest is by Malthus. This terms first used by Herbert Spencer. In 1864. Theory of special creation. Theory of special creation means all organisms and the universe was created in their current forms by divining force. By divining force or by God. Okay, not by through natural process like evolution. Question number 19 says the germplasm theory was proposed by August Weismann. August Weismann proposed the germplasm theory. Germplasm theory represents that in human body there are two types of cells, somatic cell and germ cell. The somatic cell is produced from germ cell. Germ cell represents the egg and sperm or gametic cell. Mendel, father of genetics. Lamarck is the Lamarck is a evolutionary biologist. They proposed acquired use and disuse of organs and acquired of inheritance characters. And Ernst Haeckel proposed the recapitulation theory or biogenetic law. In this law, he represents that the embryonic stage of all organisms are same, but later they differ on their genetics. Question number 20 says recapitulation theory was given by Ernst Haeckel. Watson and Crick double helical structure of DNA. Robert Hooke first dead cell. 21 number question says Darwin was influenced by reading the essay of Malthus. Darwin is influenced by the essay of Malthus. Malthus is an economist and Wallace is a naturalist. Question number 22 says organism phenotypically similar but genotypically different said heterozygous. Okay, so tall plant is TT and short plant is TT. That is heterozygous, or this is the heterozygous different. Question number 23 says the excretory material of bony fish is a fish or aquatic and the excretory product of aquatic animal is ammonia. And land animal has two types of excretory product, that is uricotolic urea, that is called ureotolic and uric acid. And this is a human being, birds. The correct option is ammonia. Next question, cranial nerves Numbering 4, 5 and 6 are 4, 5 and 6. 4 is trochlear motor neuron that moves eye to look at nose. Trigeminal mixed both sensory and motor, taste sensation, mastication. 6. Abducens motor neuron that is abducts the eye. So correct option is trigeminal 6. Trochlear, trigeminal and abducens. First option number A. Question number 25 says in meiosis, suppose this is a meiosis cell. Meiosis 1 here. Two homologous pair of chromosomes are present. In meiosis 1, the chromosomes are separated. That is, chromosomes are separated. But in meiosis 2, the chromatids are separated. So here chromosome number become 2 and 2n. But in meiosis 2, the chromatids are separated. Chromatids are separated. This is called equational division or mitosis of the meiosis, also called. The first division is reductional, second division is equational. Totipotency in a cell. What is totipotency? Totipotency means the ability of a cell to produce whole organism is called totipotency. That means the development of organism from a cell in culture medium. All plant cells are totipotent cell. But in this human being, only inner cell mass or somatic cell are stem cells are totipotent cells. Question number 27. Chemically, mitochondria consists proteins, lipids, and phospholipids. All of the above is the correct option. Question number 28 says an autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease means our own immune system destroy our own cells. That is called autoimmune disease. Hemophilia is a X-linked. Hemophilia is a X-linked recessive disease. Myasthenia gravis is autoimmune disease. In case of myasthenia gravis, the new acetylcholine, they inhibit acetylcholine in neuromuscular junction. So the symptoms is dropping eyelid, double vision, difficulty in chewing, and muscle fatigues. Next question, interferon. Interferon is a signal protein that produced by body cell when the virus infected the cell. Interferon means they interfere the activity of virus like their DNA replication. Okay. That is antiviral. Next question, question number 30. Food poisoning is due to by Salmonella typhosa, Clostridium timisi, Clostridium botulinum, and Syncytium endobioticum. The food poisoning is caused by the bacteria Clostridium botulinum that produce Botox toxin. Botox toxin is neurotoxic. Clostridium timisi does not exist. Salmonella typhosa that cause typhoid disease. Syncytium endobioticum is called wart or scab disease of potato. Question number 31 says an efficient root inducing chemical is GAM, IBA, 2,4-D, NA. The indole butyric acid is a rooting hormone. Naphtholic acid also is a rooting hormone. Okay. 2,4-D is a weidicide. decide. GAA is acid alpha glucosidase. GAA is lysosomal enzyme. That is acid alpha glucosidase. This enzyme convert glycogen into glucose in lysosome. Lysosome. So, in the absence of this enzyme, the glycogen are deposited in the lysosome. That is type 2 genetic disease that cause muscle weakness and other severe health problems. Next question. DNA is associated with highly basic proteins that is called histones. This is the histones, or H2A, H2B and H3, H4. H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. This is another nucleosome. H2A, H2B, H3 and H4, and the DNA is wrapped around this nucleosome beads by H1 or linker DNA. Okay. Question number 33. During DNA replication, the term leading strands mean 5 prime to 3 prime, but lagging strands mean 3 prime to 5 prime. Lagging strand mean 3 prime to 5 prime, but leading strand means continuously from 5 prime to 3 prime direction. Question number 34. A distinct mechanism that usually involves a short segment of DNA with remarkable capacity to move from one location in another. This is called DNA replication, DNA transposon, DNA hybridization, DNA recombination. That is called DNA transposon. Suppose this is a gene. Okay, location in this position, but in the presence of transposase enzyme, they cut and transfer himself into this position or any position of the chromosome. This is called transposon or jumping gene. Like AC-DS complex. 35 says chromosomal number are reduced to half in case of meiosis, but binary fission is asexual reproduction, mitosis is a equal division, parthenogenesis is a absence of fertilization. Example, honeybees. Question number 36. Linkage was discovered by T.H. Morgan. Okay, linkage means tendency of a gene to remain on the same chromosome. Okay, that is called linkage, and the gene take part in linkage is called linked gene. Hugo the Bridge discovered mutation. Mendel, father of genetics. Question number 37 says the characters of birds without exception means this feature is present in all birds. That is omnivorous. Omnivorous means they eat everything. This is not correct option. Flying wings. Ostrich is not flying wings. Vestigial wings. Beak with teeth. This is the correct option. Lay eggs with calcareous cells. Not the beak without teeth. This is not exceptional point. 38 number question says physiological evidence through blood test reveals that turtles are more closely related to crocodiles than to lizards and snakes and mammals. Why? Because they both living in land and aquatic water, they both lay eggs, etc. Question number 39 says, which type of inflorescence is found in ficus? Ficus plant is a hypanthodium type of inflorescence occur where this is the fruit, and inside the fruit there are three types of flowers are present, that is male flowers, female flowers and inactive flowers. Okay, that is hypanthodium. Verticillester type of inflorescence where the in node portion the inflow flowers are present in whole condition. Cymose means where the inflorescence or axis contain flower in the tip portion and the other flower grow in the lower portion. So development occur from upper to lower portion, that is called basipetal type of growth. A racemes means when the flower is absent in the tip portion and young flower at the top level and old flower at the basic levels are present. So young flower at the top and old flower at the base. But here old flower at the top and young flower at the base. Here that is basipetal development. This is acropetal development. It is found in racemes. Okay, and this is found in cymose. Question number 40. The constant grazing and browsing in an area may ultimately result in the formation of desert. Question number 41. Edaphic factor deals with soil. Edaphic factor means soil formation or soil factor, different factors. Question number 42 says, which of the following is the most dangerous metal pollutant? Automobile exhaust. That is cadmium, copper, mercury, lead. This is lead. Lead poisoning affect our nervous system, kidney and other organ of the body. Another example, copper cause rare genetic disease that is called Wilson disease. In this disease, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, kidney damage, anemia, etc. occur. But in mercury, there are different type of disease occurs. In mercury, first, Minamata disease occur. Acrodyna, pink disease, acrodyna or pink disease, and Mad Hatter's disease also occur. This is cadmium. It is Itai caused by Itai disease. That is neurodegenerative disease. Question number 43. Law of limiting factors proposed by Blackman. What is law of limiting factor? The factor like light, CO2, etc. control the photosynthesis process is discovered by Blackman. But Liebig proposed the law of limiting factor, law of minimum. That means in nature, the minimum amount, the metals or the minerals that present in minimum amount that regulate the activity of a reaction. That is called law of minimum. Hatch and Slack represent the C4 cycle, and Arnon differentiate chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Next question, question number 44. The molecular action of ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet light is a mutagen that causes mutation or destruction of hydrogen bond in DNA. Question number 45 says, all the following contribute to pollution except thermal power plant also produce different type of pollutant gas, automobiles also produce, nuclear power plant, but hydroelectric power project, that is water current. It's called electricity produced from water that is not harmful to nature. Question number 46 says, in eukaryotic, the genes are regulated by promoter, operator, and repressor. All of the above. Suppose this is the DNA. In DNA, that is regulator gene, there is promoter gene where RNA polymerase bind, and there is operator gene. These genes regulate the activity of structural gene. A structural gene, the gene that transcribes. Clear? Question number 47 says, DNA generally acts as template in case of both DNA and RNA. Question number 48 says, if we want to have T2 bacteriophage with protein coats, so this is the bacteriophage protein coat that is made by capsomere, but capsid made by capsomere. So if we want to, this capsomere is labeled by S35. Then what do we do? To grow T2 phage in medium called S35, because virus do not grow in culture medium. Introduce single T2 phage into bacteria like E. coli containing S35 layer protein. Produce a single T2 phage with S35 label protein coat and then allow to divide E. coli another. Correct option is B, because virus is multiplied or produce copy only within host cell. Okay, here E. coli is the host cell. If E. coli is introduced with S35, then T2 bacteriophage when during transduction they also carry the S35 in capsomere. This is the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to your friends. If you have any questions, any queries, comment me on comment box.